All right, guys, thanks for coming in this morning. We have everybody sit down, please. We've got Dave Volker here from Lippert Components this morning. He's going to talk about some of their new products. Some of them you may have seen before. There are some new ones out here, and we'll go from there. If you got any questions, and we'll after we get done, when you guys are done, we'll be back here in the parts area. We've got some new stuff back there you guys can take a look at. We've got a solo stove I think we're going to fire up today, so if you want to see how that works, so we'll have that going too. So I'll turn it over to Dave.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate you taking your Saturday morning to come and get educated on new products, Lippert products that can help enhance and enlighten you on your RV experience if purchased. Just a little bit about me, 15 years with a company called Stag Parkway, which was at that time the largest distributor that supplied all the parts within that parts store to RV dealers. And then 3 years once we got bought out by NTP Stag as a distributor. And then now I'm in my third year with Lippert as an aftermarket regional sales manager, covering the Great Lakes states of Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, and Missouri. So I'm very excited because this year is it's been a fantastic year. Last year, as you all know, with COVID, it was crazy, but it seemed that one of the few industries that shined and persevered through this pandemic was the RV industry, recognizing that instead of traveling to a destination through airports or amusement parks or vacations, RVers and first-time RVers saw the value in what an RV could do for them and getting that family together, enjoying the outdoors, and staying safe. So we really invested a lot of time in some new products to kick this year off, and I'm happy to share them with you. So what I want to first start out with is, as you open the folder, we're going to talk about Thomas Payne furniture. American RV has been a huge component and partner in stocking and selling and taking the training and selling this product that adds comfort, convenience to your RVing experience. And we've totally revamped the line. This is the old display, but through these paper brochures, I'll go through all the new features and benefits. Right off the bat, we changed all design and fabric material within our pieces of furniture. And as you see on the first page, available in polyhide vinyls. So we have the Milbray, the Grumman, and Altoona. And what I want to talk to you about in the fabric material, as you see to the far right, for the first time in any RV furniture company, we are offering what we call a 5-year hydrolysis warranty. What is that? So quite frequently, if some of you have been RVers for a while and you've escalated from one unit to the next unit to the next unit, and you had furniture in there, one of the common complaints was after a period of time, there was peeling, cracking. And with this 5-year hydrolysis warranty and the quality of this polyhide vinyl, we feel confident that that's going to last a lot longer. And thus, if you ever do experience that, you're covered under 5 years. The other change and benefit that we made is that we had 6 different colors, and not all of our pieces of furniture were available within certain color schemes to try and match. So this year, all the pieces that we'll review are available in these materials. The other one is Norlina, which is a fabric material. So just like a residential home, it's a fabric material. So going to the next page, what we did in last year with our seismic theater that we changed this year is it was standard with heat, massage, power, recline, incline, and LED lighting. and the center console had a power port for AC 110 plug-in and UBS ports for the center console. And keep in mind, these are modulated pieces, they're individual. So what we added to it in changing the design, as you can see, there's a headrest. You also have the ability to power and tilt that headrest. You also will have power lumbar for added comfort. On each right and left hand recliner in the seismic theater, and this is only available in seismic theater recliners, the next one down below is what we call our Heritage manual, so that's not going to be available. But if you turn to this last page, each recliner, seismic recliner, will have what we call a power port. And that power port will then house, as you can see, added accessories. A wine caddy, obviously won't need power, but it still fits in there. A 3-speed portable fan that will be powered through the port. LED reading light where you just touch the bar and you can brighten it, lighten it, and turn it off. A 360-degree swivel desk, and then also a wireless phone charger that will also have a UBS port as well. So within that seismic theater, a lot of features, a lot of benefits. In addition, then going to this page, we go down to our Heritage manual furniture. And as pictured, it is going to have a center console with cup holders. You lift the lid and you'll have storage just like you would with the seismic. The only difference between these two is in the seismic theater, depending on your dimensions, you can go right hand, center console, left hand for about 70 inches of width space and then 40 inches in depth. And the nice thing about both the Heritage and the seismic is that they're wall huggers. So you basically only need about this much space away from the wall so that when you go to recline, it's going to go forward before it goes back to fully recline. So thus, as long as you've got 40 inches depth and you're in a slide, if that slide's elevated, that will still be not an issue. But going back to the Heritage, what is included in the Heritage that unfortunately I don't have pictured, but you would see right here, is what we call an armless recliner. So in the seismic theater, that is not available, but in the manual Heritage, that is an added third piece, 24 inches to add if you have like a total of 84 inches width, that you could literally have a laying down couch. Going then down to the Destination Trifold sofa. One thing that we did differently with our trifold and also our jackknife is we made all those two pieces all available in 3 sizes. 62 inch in width, 68 and 72. The jackknife only had 2 sizes and the trifold had 3 sizes, but we made that universal for both of them. Going to this page, another change that we made is on our Pushback Recliner, which would be that one. That was a stationary recliner, but what we did is we added a swivel feature, just like our swivel glider recliner, which is a little more comfortable, added width, depth, but we also added that swivel feature for the Pushback Recliner as well. And then we have our Euro recliners, more inexpensive, but a very high quality product. A lot of people, in addition to whatever they do with this product in their RV, they put them in their patio rooms, in their house, in their actual house. So that is pretty much everything with Thomas Payne. And what I want you guys to think about when it comes to furniture is that we've done surveys where we ask customers, new unit sales, old unit sale, or your existing unit that you have, is think about how much time do you actually use the dinette area. And statistically, a majority of RVers spend very little time eating at that dinette. They're either out on the picnic table or at the pavilion of RV park, or they're going off-site to a restaurant to eat. So consider the fact that when you are in that RV for a period of time, that's usually in the evening, wanting to watch TV. You want to relax, you want to feel. So the idea of taking that dinette and replacing it with the seismic theater seating is a very popular option that a lot of RVers take advantage of once that's been identified. And then again, in your slide rooms, tendency is you'll have a jackknife sofa. Pull that out, verify the dimensions. Again, you can put either a trifold for a better comfortable bed than a jackknife that just folds, or seismic theater or any additional pieces of furniture. So I want to say that American RV has been a huge component and partner in selling Thomas Payne furniture and have had very success. I will say, unfortunately, they haven't got the new furniture line in. It should hopefully be coming from the distributors because they did a reorder on the new product. Because the important thing is, just like residential furniture, you want to feel it, you want to touch it, you want to experience it. And for those dealers, they're really missing out and not allowing you the opportunity to have that experience. And American RV has always done that for the last 2 years. And like I said, they do have one piece back there from last year's models, but all the new furniture is on order and should hopefully be in their showroom within the next few weeks. So next I want to go into is Thomas Payne Mattress. So the RV manufacturers, a lot of times this is a product line where they are looking to cut costs and they're putting in there a very low quality mattress for comfort. And we came out with this mattress where we went and I don't know if you guys would be familiar, but the largest residential manufacturer of mattresses is a company called Purple. Very high quality. And we went to them and said, we want you to create a mattress for us, for specifically RVs in the sizing. So they did that. We branded it under the Thomas Payne line like our furniture. And what makes this mattress opportunity a great opportunity for you guys to upgrade, whether you have buying a new unit or a used unit, is the quality of the mattress. As you can see, starting off, we have 4 sizes. We have a short queen, which is going to be a 60 by 75 by 10 inches thick. We have a regular queen, which is going to be 60 by 80 by 10, a narrow king, 72 by 80 by 10, and a large, or what we call a regular king, which is 76 by 80 by 10. But what makes this mattress the most comfortable, best quality mattress in the RV industry that I can honestly say for sure, from what I've experienced in the manufacturers of units that produce low quality mattresses, is that this mattress, starting from the outside in, first it's going to have a safe fiberglass free top barrier. So as other mattress companies, as that first material, thin material on the outside wears, there can be exposure to fiberglass to irritate the skin. That will not happen with this fiberglass top barrier. Second, we go into the next layer, which is 1 inch and about 1.5 pounds of memory foam that's infused with a charcoal cooling gel wicking material. The very exact same material that's used in sporting gear to help athletes stay cool, regulate body temperature, and not allow sweat to be absorbed within the mattress. And then inside, the next 9 inches are about 1.5 pounds of regular supported foam. So this mattress has a 10-year warranty, and I will share with you, as American RV, this is a very unique product in the sense that it's one of the few aftermarket products that we have an exclusive with them as a direct buy. What does that mean to you? Well, normally an RV dealer is going to buy, a vendor like Lippert is going to sell to a distributor who has the logistics of delivery and all that and warehousing, and we just ship large shipments because we're not a logistics company. And then they sell to the RV dealers. Well, this is one of the few products where we're actually created a direct model to bring costs down. So they have the ability to either stock or order this mattress from us direct, get it freight free, so thus you're not getting any freight costs. But the cost, as you can find out when we're in the parts store, is dramatically cheaper than the average upgraded mattresses of the few companies that are out there. And I'm talking like almost half the cost. But so you're getting a better quality mattress, a great warranty, and you're getting it at a great cost. It's not one of those scenarios where you pay for what you get. You pay for something cheap, you get a cheap quality product that breaks, so forth and so on. So I highly recommend if you're not happy with your sleeping experience with your current mattress, or when and if you go to buy a new unit or a used unit, as always, I always throw this in here. When you buy a house, you don't tell the realtor, yeah, make sure you throw the previous owner's mattress in there. Yeah, it's gross. I could tell you the statistics of how much dry skin, and yeah, you're buying a used unit, you definitely want to replace that mattress. You don't want the other people's mattress. Did you have a question?
I have a quick question.
Yes.
These mattresses, and I may have missed this when I have a personal problem I'm trying to deal with, but
Yeah.
anyway, these are just for the main bed in the main bedroom.
Correct.
These are not for the bunks.
Right. We unfortunately do not produce
Okay.
mattresses for that.
Okay.
But what we do, which unfortunately is not on this, but they will have a catalog, is that in addition, as accessories, we do sell sheet sets, which will come with the pillowcase, the main sheet that wraps around, and then another sheet. And again, in comparison, price is just really low. We also have a mattress protector as well to put on before you put the sheets to help avoid stain and protect from stain, liquids and whatnot. Then we have adjustable sheet sets that would be for customized mattresses that may have been put in from the manufacturer, but also for bunks, twins, and so forth and so on. Any other questions on mattresses? Yes.
How are they as far as weight comparing to the mattress that are existing, what you purchased with, on when you're lifting? You got to get underneath the bed?
Yes.
The cylinders, are they heavier than what's in there now?
Not much. I mean, yeah, it's not going to be something that's going to be just extraordinarily different. That's a good question.
I found just putting a little feather mattress on some of these units, that when you go to lift, you're getting something out from underneath the bed. You have to have two people, one to hold it up with.
Right. So if you were just, in all actuality, if you were going to add the 9 inches of foam at only 1.5 pounds, and the 1 inch of memory foam at 2.2 pounds, yeah, it's not going to be much more than that total weight. But yeah, I would say it would be a very similar, if not lighter, than the existing mattresses. Yeah. And like I said, I highly recommend, this pricing, you'll actually be surprised that in comparison to a residential mattress, it's good. It's going to be great comparison in cost. But don't go to the idea that, I can get a cheap residential mattress and put it in there. The sizing issue is totally different, and thus you're going to run into problems with that. These are specifically designed for the RV as an RV mattress to fit an RV bed. So just keep that in mind. Because a lot, up until, there's a couple other competitors out there, but some dealers, they say, just let them go get a residential mattress. Well, yeah, they're going to have size issues and fitting and all that. These are specifically for RVs. Any other questions on mattresses? So this next product is called our Power Stance Tongue Jack, and we are super excited about this particular power tongue jack. American RV stocks and sells 2 of our other electric power tongue jacks. It is a 3,500 pound tongue jack. We have about 65% of the OEM market, where if we were to go along these units, we'll probably see, as they have displayed in the parts store, our workhorse bread and butter 3,500 pound standard tongue jack. But what's really unique about this power stance that we engineered and tried to think of something innovative to set ourselves apart from other competitors along with our current workhorse standard is we created a hanger, and that hanger then can house and store your safety chains, because if you were to go out on a lot or a campground, 100% of the time those are laying on the ground, possibly sitting in water, rusting, people walking on it, tripping hazards, whatnot. So that hanger's there to hang those safety chains. Next, as you can see, there is a dummy port for your 7-way. So again, keep it high and dry. You're not exposing it, laying it on the ground, people walking on it or running over it with bikes, sitting in water. It just plugs right in underneath the head tightly and stores there. The other added feature is that most power tongue jacks, even our standard and competitors, will have multiple switches. So you have more working parts to fail. So what we did is we designed our one switch to raise and lower that power tongue jack, and when you hit that button, it automatically turns the light on and stays on for an incremental time of about 5 minutes and then shuts off automatically. So again, less working parts to fail. The added last feature and benefit of this power tongue jack is the ability with an added accessory item called the Power Swap Auxiliary Cord. So it opens the opportunity to not only have a power tongue jack for an RV, but you have to have power to power the jack. So if any of you have cargo trailers, utility trailers, with the added auxiliary swap cord, it has a 2-way plug that connects into the head of the jack, and then a 7-way to plug into your truck. So, and keep in mind, just like the traditional power tongue jacks, it's going to have the hard wiring to wire to your batteries. But with this option, hey, you go to hook up and you're wanting to leave and you find your batteries are dead, yeah, you can just use that auxiliary cord to power, raise it up, and go on your way. Thus, and it also is not utilizing the battery itself to take away charge from it when you're using this direct to the 7-way. Any questions on the jack? All right. Next is a new product called the Tire Link. So, as I've been in this industry as long as I have, I try to focus on products that cover 3 criteria: safety, convenience, and quality. Because there's a lot of great, unique, individual products as American RV has in their parts store and various vendors that supply. But I try to focus on the value of your safety, your time, and your money. And the Tire Link, which is a tire pressuring monitoring system, is going to monitor tire pressure and temperature. And convenience side-wise is it's a Bluetooth app opportunity. So once installed, when you get the kit, and do any of you guys have what they call the Furrion rear observation camera system? Okay. So we're going to the OEMs, and there are a select group of models that are being prepped so that they have, this already installed. So this is usually going to be somewhere in a lower baggage door, tapping into the 12-volt wiring, and then you would click this. The kit comes with 4 sensors, which are battery operated, and you get a tool when the battery goes dead to just twist. And as you can see, that battery is a battery you can get at any hardware store, Walmart, but anyways. So once these coming with the tool to put on your tire stem are installed, you have 2 options in how to operate and get alerts as to whether there's an issue with pressure or temperature of a tire. We produce a product called One Control. I don't know if any of you are familiar with that in any of your RVs are currently, but One Control basically is already installed from the OEMs, and it can operate your slide rooms to come out through a touch panel within the RV, turn on your generator, turn on and off your lights, raise and lower your hydraulic jacks or electric jacks, so forth and so on, and many of Lippert products that are controlled through that. So downloading that One Control app, you can see that you can get alerts that when you have a tire pressure issue or a temperature issue. And again, safety. A tire blowout, I've seen many videos on YouTube, and I hopefully can wish that none of you have gone through that, going down the highway and a tire blowing out because it had low pressure and you weren't aware of it. But again, a very inexpensive product that can help enhance your safety and security in your investment of your unit, your truck, and your family and friends. As I was saying about cost, on average, this product's going to be about $80 to $120 cheaper than our competing competitors. So a great value. The other option, if you're not user-friendly with a cell phone, is that you can purchase a remote-like handheld fob that will give you a alert alarm of sound and a light to let you know something's wrong with the tire and go check it. So great product. We've been selling these to dealers this year just as fast as we can make them. And again, I really highly recommend considering investing in something like this product for your safety and security and not sacrificing cost, because one thing I will share with you about Lippert is the statistic is from the air conditioner shroud to the top to the tread of the bottom of the tire. On the OEM side, we produce about, I think, 68–70% of products that are used to manufacture an RV. So when we come out with something on the aftermarket, because of our OEM presence, anything that's Lippert is of quality. I mean, yeah, there'll be warranty issues on some things, but just know that when you're buying a Lippert product, we have the OEM industry support and recognition of being a great company and producing great quality products, thus them installing them on the units. And then anything aftermarket that you would buy from a parts store, from a dealer, same quality, same value. And did you have a question?
Yeah, is that easy to install?
Yeah, so basically, you got the sensors, and they're just gonna go on your tire stems. You have a wrench to tighten it. Whoops. With gaskets. And then, like I said, you just download the app, pair it, like you do with your camera system, and you're set to go. And then again, if you choose not to do the app, you purchase the fob, and you're good to go as well. Any other questions about the tire link? Has anybody ever I'm just curious, has anybody ever experienced going down the highway while you're towing and you blow a tire? Never. Scary situation. Was it costly?
For the whole mirror figure out.
Yeah, very costly, very costly. So I really recommend considering this product before you start the season and go out RVing again this year. The next product is a solid stance. And if you want to look right there behind you, so is that product. We have in the industry, the RV industry, we have a Lippert solid step, as they sell and promote, and another competitor called Moride that produce a step that has the ability to keep stabilization versus these manuals to help the safety and security of going in and out of your RV. But it is some cost, added increased cost, and some time for paying someone to install it if you're not that mechanically inclined to install it. So we came up with this product, very unique, to help stabilize at a low cost the manual steps from that bouncing and whatnot. So again, a very easy install where you get, I'm gonna put my mask on, come over here. But what you get, again, this is something that all you need is a drill bit, which will give you the sizes, comes with all the hardware. But basically, you're gonna get a patterned sheet that you cut out and you tape to the step underneath here and drill the necessary holes to mount it. And then once installed, it has 5 to 18 inches. Yeah, I think 5 to 18 inches of adjustment to help stabilize that. So I recommend it. Just experience going up and down versus one without it, and how that would look and feel. And again, very inexpensive as an option if you didn't want to invest or if your current unit didn't have a solid step already installed. Next product is our screen defender. Again, very inexpensive product, but we saw some value because we know RVers have pets and they like to take them with their trips. So basically, this product, again, very easy to install, like replacing a screen door panel. But what I will mention to you is this is a product that will only fit on Lippert doors. But that's not going to be an issue because over the last 8 to 10 years, Lippert has had 80% of the OEM market. So I can go out on any lot and almost guarantee that I can identify that every unit on there, 80% of them are going to have a Lippert door. So you may ask, well, how do I know if I have a Lippert door? And I'm going to show you real quick. Without having to look for a product code tag or anything, or a sticker, or anything like that, you're going to look at the screen door, and with this one, it's not a Lippert door. How do I know? Because in the screen, that screen comes flush. With a Lippert door, you're going to have 2 tracks. But I put it in over here. But there's going to be 2 tracks there inside that frame, and that's where that is going to slide in and pop in and protect your screen from the pets or kids kicking it, and a very inexpensive product as well. Another product that they sell that's not new is called the Screenshot. Again, a 2-minute install. And basically what you're doing is you're taking the 2 brackets, sliding it in to that screen frame, screwing the one side up in on the bracket, and then an elastic band on the other bracket will pull out, and you drill one screw to the farthest point of the inside of the frame of the door, and that will guarantee that your screen door will, at any point, furthest point open, will have enough tension to automatically close and close to the latch. So yeah, for those lazy husbands, those children, those pets, where they're yelling, please, close the screen door, I don't want insects, bugs, debris. That's a nice, inexpensive feature to just 2-minute install, guarantee that your screen door will always close to the latch. The next product we're going to talk about is our friction hinge kit. So what's unique about this product, it was an OEM product that we created for the manufacturers to install at the factory. And what's nice about it as now carrying over to the aftermarket for RV dealers to stock and order from their distributors regularly versus special ordering it from the manufacturer direct, which is going to take time and added shipping costs. They can now stock this product and offer it to you. And what it is it's not going to require you to replace your original hinges or have a dealer to do the install, but to install it with your existing hinges. And we have it in black or white. And what it does is literally, when that's installed, it will not allow the door to move at any position like this. It will just hold, or if any further out. So this one's got a gas strut here, or a gas strut to keep it from hitting this. But some manufacturers don't install this. So this door risks the chance of slamming against this or getting pushed. But the door, when these hinges are installed, will withstand up to 25 miles an hour of wind before it has any movement. So again, it's a great accessory item to install in the door to help protect your investment on your RV so that your door doesn't slam in to an awning arm or damage the door or damage the side of the coach as well. Any questions on this product? Yeah.
Go on in. Don't have any door?
Yes.
Any manufacturer?
Yeah. The next product is what we call the Flowmax 40-volt portable power cleaner. So I have it displayed here. And what's unique about this product is it's portable. It comes with two 40-volt lithium-ion batteries. There's one already on there. And once charged, which usually takes about 4 hours to fully charge, you get about a half-hour usage of it. You also get a soap container for soap, and you get 3 different nozzles for up to 6 different settings of how you're going to spray. And it produces about 520 max PSI. So it's great. It's a great portable power washer for when you are out, you've been driving and you go to a campground and you got bugs and all that. Get that taken care of right away so it's not sticking on there and until you can get home and do some type of washing with it. What's unique about this, because of the 520 PSI pressure, you don't tie into the garden hose. So you get this hose that connects and you drop it into a water source of like a 5-gallon bucket for home uses, doing stuff with the pool or driveway, river, lake for boats. But just keep in mind, it does not work or connect with a garden hose. Obviously, because with your RV and your water regulators, you're only regulating so much pressure. But through this and providing it with a secondary water source, you can get up to 520 PSI of pressure. And it's very low cost. Any questions on the power washer? All right. Next, we're going to move to what we call the Curt Echo Brake Control. So this is this product right here. and it has an accessory item that is a override manual button that you can buy separately. So again, this brake control is very unique in any brake control out there on the market because it's wireless Bluetooth. So when you need a brake control, you don't have to pay added cost for wiring, T-connectors, labor to install. This brake control literally just plugs in from the back side to your 7-way. And then on the, of the truck. And then on the front side flips up and the 7-way from unit connects to that. Comes with a strap and secured sealing, so there's no exposure to the elements. And you just download the app and you're able to control the setting through your cell phone, the sensitivity and the gain. Some may say, well, what happens if my cell phone goes dead or I lose signal going through the mountains? No problem, because that brake control will hold its memory from the last setting that it had, so it'll always be working. So very convenient. And the nice thing is, if you change vehicles or units, you just plug and play. You don't have to deinstall your old brake control. Say you change vehicles, then you gotta get a new wiring harness and T-connector and all that. You just transfer that brake control to your next RV or your next vehicle that you purchase. As I was saying, if you want added security and safety and convenience, and you want to add this inexpensive component that would just mount on the dash as a panic stop, you have that ability to do that as well through this component. Any questions on the Echo brake control? Okay. Next, we're going to talk about the jacket bike carrier, which is right here. And it's a very unique design, again, very innovative, because some RVers on the warranty of that back bumper, you can risk voiding by what you put on that bumper. So we designed so that this bike carrier can be raised and through the tower installed directly with where the tongue jack on the A-frame. So it's the same bolt hole. So basically, if you have a manual jack or you have a power jack, there's a triangular 3-hole. You would just remove that and then put the tower and then put the bolts in, and that's secure. Then on the top of the tower is where we have a connection where the wing then installs on that and the bike carriers can be stored. What we're also showing on this last page is we have accessory items called the bump it and the bike base. So for any of you that have a receiver hitch on the back of your RV, again, through the bump it and buying an additional wing, which would be that, we now can pop that in there and we can have 4 bikes. Or if you choose to go off-site to a bike trail or a park and you don't want to drag your RV, again, you can remove that wing portion and put that into your 2-inch receiver on your truck or vehicle and take your bikes versus just throwing them in the cab. The other added accessory for cargo trailers, utility trailers, boat trailers, and you still want to bring your bike, is again this bike base adapter. So we're just putting it there and then taking the wing, popping it on the top, and you're off and going with your bikes. So the weight of the bike carrier is about 25 pounds, can carry bikes up to 80 pounds, fits all A-frames, like I said, with the power tongue jack bolt pattern. frees up travel, rear hitch cargo areas. And the nice thing too is because it's elevated and goes right above that tongue jack, you don't have to worry about spacing because of LP tanks or battery boxes. And to be honest, there's no bike carrier company out there like that has anything for this type of application. Any questions on the bike carrier? Yes.
I've got the jacket.
Okay.
One thing you don't tell anybody is getting that front bike on is a breeze.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Getting the front bicycle on is a breeze. Getting that back bicycle on is a nightmare.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you have absolutely very little room. I've taken off the pedals because, all right, I stand here, the jacket stands here. So you gotta have a ladder to get up and get that bike behind it. Well, if you don't take all of the attachments off below it, you're constantly fighting.
Okay.
You need to talk to whoever designed that.
Yep. Here's what I'm going to say to you. So, what we're coming out with a new. Let me get my mask. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I've been vaccinated.
Me too.
But what we're I'll let you sit down. I'll just tell you what we're coming out with is a new angle component that puts it further away from the front,
Yeah.
so that you wouldn't have that issue.
Well, I actually took the attachment and swapped it around.
Yeah.
But then what I got into was when I would turn my truck, I would hit the bike.
Yeah. Yeah. So I've seen the prototype of this component that's going to change the angle,
Yeah.
and that will solve that issue. But it will be interesting to find out if that will be usable on existing, or if it's going to require a new design on the tower. But I'm thinking they're probably smart enough to know that, hey, we need to utilize this component so that existing bike carriers can still use this adapter that's trying to address your issue.
Otherwise, I'm over problem.
Yeah.
Because I like the fact that I can see my bikes,
Yes.
and it's really a sturdy problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you go to hell for cussing, when I first bought that thing, I'm on my way.
And the nice thing about, like he said, this bike carrier is that the OEMs on a lot of these smaller sport type travel trailers are coming standard with that because they have so many other features for the younger generation that has all sorts of different accessories for various things. And so we've got a lot of OEM presence on those type of units that are coming standard with that product as well. So again, I'm just reinforcing that the OEMs are recognizing great quality, great features to automatically just install it and come standard when a customer buys a unit. The last product I'm going to talk about is called Curt's Multi-Pro Multiflex Tailgate Sensors. This is going to be a niche product for you, of any customer that has the newer GMC Chevy trucks that have the multiflex or the tailgaters, or the tailgate that then drops down with an added step. And this is just a quick, easy install that for those RVers that don't remember when they got their ball mounts and their hitches still there, that if you drop that down, it's going to fall. It's going to, that second tailgate step's going to collapse and damage that, and then you've got a costly replacement on a tailgate that needs replaced. But like I said, this is specifically compatible with the wiring for GMC and Chevy trucks with those kind of tailgates. So that, one other product that I want to talk about, one other product I want to talk about that I didn't unfortunately include in the packet with a brochure or sell sheet with the product information is our flow down drain system. So this is a very unique product. We purchased a European marine company about 3 years ago, and they had one product that we thought had a crossover value to the RV industry. So how many of you could say that you've experienced over the course of X amount of times that you've gone out in the summer and your water smells, tastes funny, or literally you see particles in the water. What happens is, and this company did a testing with the University of Michigan, was they took a unit, had it in the summer months of going out on the weekend, then sitting during the week for about a 2 or 3 month period, and tested the water. When they filled the water tank up, ran, fresh water right into the tank, and then turned on the faucet, turned on the shower, and tested the water. And what they found was, on average, that water within that cycle of 3 months of the heat not being used for a period of time, and then going out and using it, that water contained over 50,000 particles of bacteria. Thus, smelling, tasting, not good. So what this product is it's a very unique air compressor. So this compressor regulates up to 25, no more, but 25 psi of air pressure to shoot through your water lines. And by that 25 pounds of pressure, it's enough that it's not going to damage your filters and your water pump, but what it actually will do at 25 psi is clean those lines to the point so that when they went back and retested the water, it didn't have 25,000 particles of bacteria, it didn't have 2,500, didn't have 250, it literally had 99.9% free of bacteria, literally sanitizing those water lines, cleaning them out. Thus, the idea is every time you guys go out, once installed, again, we have 2 models. We have a 110 volt that you can plug in to your 110 outlet, or the 12 volt that you tie into your 12 volt wiring. But basically, it's about a half-hour install, and what you're doing is, service department, is they're tying this T-connector as close to the water line of the water tank underneath, and then getting that into this, so that then when you're ready to clean your lines, you're going to push a button, you're going to hear, like an air compressor, you're going to hear it running. When it stops, go to your first faucet after you've emptied your water tank, turn it on, cleans the line. Then the cycle will go again, you'll hear it. When it stops, do the next faucet, cleans the line. So all your faucets, your showers, very quick, 5-6 minute process of always guaranteeing that you're sanitizing those lines every time you go out RVing, versus risking what most commonly is experienced with stagnant water in the lines, creating bacteria and particles, and not making very healthy water to drink or shower in. Any questions on this product?
Do you do that before you're camping, or do you do that after?
Both. Do whatever, yeah. But the idea is, because once you empty that water tank and you do that process, whether you do it before or after.
What if you're doing it directly with water?
I'm sorry.
What if you're doing it directly with water, not using fresh water?
Then you wouldn't be using this. Yeah. I guess I'm kind of not seeing that scenario.
Let's question. If you're doing a direct connect with the water, RV park has water.
Yeah, but you're still going through you're still going to have water through your lines.
Yeah.
This won't be going through your tank.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's still going to
So
be getting the water out
So
of
it's
the
still
lines.
gonna work.
Correct.
Yeah.
It just won't have anything to do with your tank, because you're draining your tank anyway.
Right.
So it'll be like you're hooked to city water.
The problem is when you empty your water tank, you still have water in your lines, and that water sits there. And then when you're in for X amount of incremental days or weeks in the hot summer months, that water's trapped, and it's just the chemical reaction, biology, or what, science part of it is that bacteria starts to occur. So something to consider for your health and safety again. But that's pretty much every product that we wanted to present to you within these packets. I hope you take time if you have further questions. Again, Craig, manager of the parts department, and I myself will be here to hopefully answer any further questions or help you with any possible purchases of any of these products.
On your air thing,
Yes,
can you use that to winterize?
you can.
I've done some research and stuff I've read, says like, say you want to go out and get a warm day in December, or a warm week in December, and you got to load your lines out. With this, they said you can do that and you come back, and then blow your lines out again. And,
Correct.
that'd make it really convenient.
Yes. You are absolutely correct. Any other questions? Well, again, I thank you from the bottom of my heart sincerely for taking the time out to get educated and support of Lippert as a company and our products and American RV. I want to give a round of applause to this RV dealership, and from ownership to parts to sales to service, for having and investing in an event like this. This is my second year of doing this, and I can honestly say it's not very common for dealers to invest in their customers. And the thing that I feel an event like this causes is what I call in the business world lifetime value. Any product, when you think about it, or product or service, those companies that value and recognize their customers and giving enough value in any service or selling a product that would create a lifetime relationship and bringing you back, so that over the course of your life in the RV industry, I think there was a statistic again from the University of Michigan that the average RVer spent X amount of dollars in their lifetime in the RV industry. Now the question is though, is their experience with that dealer, was it good enough that they always came back, or it was bad at some point, whether it be sales, service, or parts, and they stopped doing business with that dealer and went down the road somewhere else? And I want you to really recognize the value of what this dealership does by investing time, money, the support and relationship to bring vendors like me here to educate you on areas of products that enhance your RVing experience, and also try to focus on safety, security, and quality. Because again, your safety is very important, your family's safety, your investment in your products are important, and then your time for convenience, products that add convenience, your time is worth a lot, and quality of product so that you're not having to throw away something and rebuy something again over and over and over again. So I just want to give a round of applause. And I thank you again. So this concludes our seminar.
All right, so we still got some more back there. If you guys want to come back there, we're gonna do it.
Please be free to touch and feel the mattress. This is, like I said, the nice thing about with our mattress is you get the same quality, the same manufacturing process in any size mattress. Where other mattress companies that are more expensive will have a better, best, this is the best no matter what size you purchase.
We're gonna do a
after all,
Well,
you
you
know,
That's all we got left.
All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and get started, if that's all right.
So we're got to set up.
One thing we wanted to say was this year, it's been a
Yeah.
little bit harder to get new products.
Like
There's still stuff trickling in, but
Pushback Recliner.
COVID unfortunately has a lot of, has put the
So the new
books on a lot of this
you
stuff.
do this, but it's also going to have a swivel.
One of the most exciting products we've had in a long time. Who's happy with their air conditioner?
And they should. That's it.
The output of their AC in their RV. Has everybody ever had an issue with it when it's got real hot? Doesn't seem like it's flown as good to the bedroom as it is everywhere else or that kind of thing. Everybody satisfied with their AC? Okay. Some of the simplest solutions come from the minds of weird people. A guy came up with styrofoam that directs the air from that plenum up there in your AC. So if you took that face plate down, you've got all that open area where the air is just tumbling and not really getting out. This is called an RV airflow system. There's not a whole lot to it, but there's been a lot of R&D involved. The air comes down, of course, and then out the sides. These go inside that plenum, that open area up there, and when everything's assembled and this is pushed up there, it directs all the air into the vent, into the ductwork, instead of just tumbling and being forced out at some point once everything is equalized. Again, probably not a whole lot of money to design, but man, it's unreal. It gives you almost 50% extra CFM out of that AC. So it's very neat in design, and it functions. That's the thing here. These things are $170 plus install. But I'm here to tell you, if you've got issues with AC not getting to where it should be on ducted units, this is incredible. And I invite you guys to come over and look at it. It's literally redirecting that air specifically into that ducting, into those channels, instead of letting it just go into that open plenum and then being forced out at that point. But this is something new. It does not work for every RV. They're adding RVs to the list daily. And the reason is roof thicknesses and stuff vary, and the way the ACs are installed are not all the same. But what we do is we measure it for you. You bring in your unit, we measure it for you, and tell you whether it will work or not with your unit. Now, the ones that we've measured, every one so far it works with. So we're hopeful that it's going to work with a bunch of them. I know the Catalina's been added, the Springdale's been added. So there's a lot of units that are still being added. This is a fairly new product.
Montana?
That's one of them I think we would have to measure and find out. But I'm here to tell you this is proven to work. And it varies 40 to 50% extra CFM, and that's at the vents. Yes?
Does it also silence or dampen the sound?
No.
No.
I mean, it might. That would be a side effect from it. It wouldn't be its intention. It might a little bit, just because it's taking up more space in there. You know, you're not going to get as much vibration and stuff. But that's not its intent. Its intent is to direct as much air coming out of that rooftop unit to your vents, which is not happening now. So this is something that it's simple. You know, anybody could have done it, but nobody did, and these guys did, and it's an incredible product. It's complete. It's a game changer is what it is. Because how many people, we get tons of people coming in and saying, hey, I need to go from a 13.5 to a 15 to try and get this thing cooled off. It's just not doing it. And a lot of times it's restrictions in the vents right there at the plenum. But yeah, you're not even getting the 13.5 out of your 13.5 is the thing. So we've got airflow meters here where we can check before and after to see that it's actually done something for you. But it's a very neat product, and I invite you to go to their website if you like and check it out. They've got all kind of videos.
Yeah, I've seen several videos on it.
Yeah, different installers, independent installers doing before and after tests on it and everything. Now, the $170 is pretty expensive, but when you compare it to adding or changing from a 13.5 to a 15, or adding that second air conditioner to try and help keep up, you know, an extra 40 for 50%. Output's going to do quite a bit for you. It's really fine-tuning what should be done. But these things, there's nothing really wrong with the way the systems are now. They've been installed that way for years. It's just somebody came through and said, hey, let's try and perfect it. And they did. They really did.
But these are specific to a couple different ACs. It'll do the Coleman Mach 8, 15.
Not the 8s.
No, I'm sorry.
Doesn't-
They
yeah,
do have
well-
one for the 8, but that's not one we're carrying just yet because they're so few and far between.
And then the Brisk Air 2s, which is their standard. It doesn't work on the low profile Penguins or anything like that, I don't think.
Yet. They're coming up with more, they said. They've got 3 models basically. The Coleman low profile, and then the 3 main Coleman standard profiles, and then the Brisk Air 2 from Dometic. So something to think about and check out. It's a very cool product. I'm very impressed with it. Because big guys don't like heat. So I'm real happy with that.
Well, the problem is my wife don't like cold.
Well, there's other wives out there, you know.
I do have one other thing I want to mention to you. As we shared, that area is dedicated for the new Thomas Payne furniture that's coming in. As you can see, they have a demo of the Pushback without the swivel feature and the Cobble Creek material, discounted at $225. Is that right? If I'm not mistaken.
250.
What was it?
225.
$225. It's great value. It is as is. But if any of you, being that you participated here, were to purchase that, I would throw in, get your address, and ship you free of charge this power tongue jack. What's the retail value of this? $199. So just something to consider. Just trying to help them move that last piece out.
We appreciate it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a discontinued color. Everything's coming out new. So
You're gonna give that jack if you buy that damn chair for $212.
Yep.
It's sold. I bought it.
there we go.
There you go.
No.
Hey, no, he already committed. It's on film. He's on film. Right there's the camera. Dick said it's mine. It's bought.
Oh, God.
Oh, I can't use the jack.
A product that we really can't say is new because we started with them last year, but last year was very weird, is the Solo Stove, which is the stainless steel fire pit there that we've got. It took us, we ordered these December 13th, and we got them in 2 days ago. It's one of the most searched items on Google and Yahoo. It's on Yahoo all the time, but it's a product that people fell in love with, and just unfortunately was hard to get. So we finally got those back in. We're going to have 2 sizes. We've got another size coming in. It's called the Yukon. These are the bonfires. The Yukon is 27 inches in diameter, so it's a little bit bigger. But it's I'm not going to say it's smoke-free, as you can see behind me. It's not necessarily, but it's reduced smoke compared to other fire pits.
You can set it on a deck if you want to. It does
Set
not
on
get-
top of a picnic table if you
Yeah,
want
it does
to.
not get high underneath, so that's the thing.
Thank you.
Oh, you probably can't read.
Yeah. So those are a neat item, and like I said, we sold out of them twice last year, even with what we had. We just couldn't get them back quick
8343
enough.
North Green
Does have a carrying case.
River.
Apartment clean. We'll take it with you.
But that's a neat item. Again, they sold really well last year. I wish we could have had more. We could have sold a lot more of them.
Yes, DR.
But you've got one going out there.
We do.
Right outside the
And the other thing is that's a brand of wood that we're
Give me about a week and you should
testing right now. Our distributor's going to have it. but
Would
it's
you actually
100%
prefer me to
recycled
ship
wood.
it here and pick it up?
It
or
burns
ship it
2 to
to
3
you?
times
Okay, I'll
longer
ship it here.
than a standard wood. But again, it says smokeless. It's not. But it's reduced, you know. Good stuff. But we're planning on bringing that in. Like I said, today was the first test for that. We like how long it lasts. We fired it up over an hour ago, and we've gone through 4 pieces. It comes with the starter pieces and then little wafers in there. You have to design. It's
Like a
designed.
teepee.
Yeah, kind of like a teepee. You got to stack it and do it its way to get it to last as long as they said it should. Greg?
Thermocell mosquitoes. You guys know mosquitoes are a pain in the butt, whether your house or you're camping. We started carrying these last year. Work great. Covered with like a 15-foot radius. So depending on how you do it, like if your house, you got a big patio, you put one at each end. Our owners have got several. They've had them for years. We just started carrying them.
This is our 4th display of the product since we brought them on, and we've not had any bad feedback whatsoever.
The only thing you got to do is remember to turn them on. Just remember to turn them off, otherwise you'll go through the.
You're going to go through the fuel real quick.
For it. But you got 48 hours out of a box. Of course, you're not leaving it on constantly, so you get quite a bit of use. We've also got them in the tiki type torches. But like I said, they've done great. I personally don't have one. It's just I'm never sitting down long enough. But
yeah, we don't get time to do that. We have to live through you guys.
I've had one of them a couple of years. They work really well.
Good. Like I said, we've heard nothing but good feedback.
Would one cover the area under your awning?
yeah,
Most likely, yeah. You just put it in the center.
Just put it in the center or right out there at the edge or whatever.
Yeah.
Cover a 15-foot radius.
Okay, and how much are these things?
These are $23.99.
And they just sit on the
Just
floor?
sit on a table.
Sit
You can
picnic
put on a
table, wherever
or-
you want to put them, yeah.
And these
Those are
$39.99? Okay, thank you.
They both take the same fuel.
Do what?
They're totally scent free.
Yeah,
Scent
there's
free? Yeah, there's no
Yeah,
scent.
no
I've just
scent
seen
to
the
it.
site. I'm just curious. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see here.
You want your Starbright?
Yeah, we got some new chemical up here right between the service and the parts counter. Starbright, we got air purifier, we got water tank treatment, right, water shock, beginning of the year. Toilet chemical, you got some RV washes, polishes, it's kind of your maintenance stuff. Priced really well, so if you guys want to take a look at that.
Do you guys, anybody use tea tree for anything? Tea tree oils or sprays or anything? It's a natural, I don't want to say pesticide, but bugs don't like it. They got some tea tree products up there. It's a good deodorizer.
We use tea tree oil in a spray bottle at home, and we spray my daughter's hair, my two youngest girls, their hair with it every morning. For one, the tangles, but two, lice don't like it. So kids in school having it at 8, no problem. We spray their hair every morning, comb it. They don't have that issue. So
I've not had head lice in a long time.
neither have I.
It works, yeah.
Well, you two don't have that problem.
Right?
But, moving around, we got some new T-shirt designs this year. Some of the same, just different colors. And we also have a couple new designs.
Here's your,
Have to give Matt credit on these. He
this
came
is
up
one of
with
my
the
favorites.
slogan.
Going camping, grab your wood. So that's one of them. That's the most popular one. That's the one we sold out of almost every color last year. But there's some new ones here. There's one that says camping by camping by the drink fire. We've got a couple neat ones there. Couple new chairs.
Then we had,
Isn't this one new? One of them.
this one here is a new one. This one here is a new one. It's kind of a laid back chair. Does not rock. It holds up. It's a bag chair. Depends on what you're looking for. If you like rockers, we got rockers. Pod rockers. If you have little small dogs, they're great. You got room for dogs sit next to you because you're kind of in there. So it just depends on what you like. I've got one of the regular pods without the shades. Take it to all my kids' sporting events. This one here.
This one does.
This one does.
Yeah, you lift up the
It
handle,
just
kind of slide back.
sit down.
You're in the third position.
So you can sit up.
Straight up.
That's as far back as it goes, but it does have a footstool that attaches as well. So you've got a footstool you can put out if you want. And then it's got the pocket to hold it, keep everything together for you.
It's got a seat belt on it for when you're really drinking. It is Velcro, so you can only do so much. Couple new. This stuff is changing so rapidly. Unfortunately, it's hard to keep up. But we got some new Wi-Fi stuff here. Wine guards come out with the prep kit, and Furrion. We're starting to get more campers that have the Furrion prep. It's already got a plate in the ceiling. Slide this in, buy your card through Furrion. It's like a separate phone claim kind of thing, and you've got internet. So on the prep units, that's how quick and easy it is. Again, Wineguard's got some prep, Curium's got prep. King really doesn't have anything yet where you can have where it's its own service. Mainly those are routers and extenders. But yeah, this is pretty cool right here. It's literally like a 15-minute install. You're going out. You got that? What do you think of it?
Well, I was on the phone literally for 20 hours.
Oh wow. See, that's the thing. That's why it's almost nicer to go through Curium because it's their equipment, their plan. They know what's going on. Might not be as great a deal. They have a lot less.
That was no problem at all.
Yeah, just getting the service.
Yeah,
what do you think of it? Good. But that's right. You only want to pay for 1 month, you pay for 1 month. But I think it's a 3-month minimum. Isn't it?
It's no.
Oh no.
We like 30 days, no matter if we start on the 10th of the month, 6th of the month, whatever it is, 30 days.
But one thing to consider there though is if you don't have satellite signal, like if you're on AT&T, most of these guys use an AT&T tower or a Verizon tower, that kind of thing. If you don't have signal on your phone, you're not going to have signal on this. Just something to remember.
Well, we're at Lincoln this weekend. It's fine.
Good deal.
But the Curium things are boosters on them.
Yeah, these are boosters. These are actually Wi-Fi routers where you can have a plane.
We have a period on everything installed up here. We didn't have any.
This is another new item for us. We've had something similar to these in the past, but honestly, everything that's plastic by that manufacturer, unfortunately, has been breaking. Everything they make that's plastic has failed at some point. So we found these. These things are very heavy duty, but it's basically anytime you can keep the jack, whether it's a leveler or a stabilizer or crank down, electric, manual, it doesn't matter. Anytime you can keep that jack closer to the bottom of the frame of the camper, it's going to be more stable. So basically, this is a jack for that to put under the, a platform for that to keep that closer to the camper and keep it from rocking as much. You can get them in 4-packs, 10-pack, depending on what you have. But you can also use it for a tongue jack stand to put your electric or manual tongue jack on if you don't want to use it for the leveling legs. Now the other brand has magnets on it that kind of hold it up to it, but you got to bend over to put it down. You're going to pick it up anyway, so I don't think that's a deal breaker if it doesn't. But 6,000 pound weight is what it'll hold. So pretty.
It's like 3,500, or if you stack.
If you stack them on top of each other, it's only 3,500, but a single will get you 6,500 pounds. So that's something that's kind of cool. Through here, we got a few little pieces, nothing real advanced or pretty or anything here that you guys don't already have. But again, we're waiting on so much to come in. We've got a rug display that's coming in.
We've got some new flavors of the Camco chemical back here.
And we've got more of those coming in too.
Flavors, scents, whatever you want to call it. Just don't eat them. I didn't tell you to do that.